concord.edu.
Dennis Phillips, weeknights on ABC Action News.
Hi, everyone. I'm Paula Groman for Ashley Glass.
And I'm Laura Harrison. Today on the Now Tampa Bay, new information on how a prisoner was able to kidnap a corrections officer.
There was about 4 inmates that came running up to me. They're on work detail, and they said one of the other inmates kidnapped the officer.
What documents show today about why he did it?
A Trump flip-flop after the debate.
I will totally accept the results of this great and historic presidential election if I win.
The cheating he's accusing Hillary of today. And we're answering the top Googled questions during the debate, including what's bigly, and some people asking about Roe v. Wade.
A forensic specialist has her personal information stolen, police say, by this woman, and they have no idea how she did it.
No one deserves that. I mean, I work really hard, and I'm still young and building my credit.
The way some other women were able to get people's credit card information will have you rethinking what you buy over the phone.
Plus, what's going on with our national bird here in Florida? 3 recent cases of our bald eagles running into cars. The answers we found at the animal sanctuary. It's 4 o'clock. Time for the Now Tampa Bay.
Here we go, right off the top here. First at 4, clear pictures today of the moments right before and right after that prisoner managed to kidnap a corrections officer.
And can you imagine being the person who was sitting in their car, a bunch of prisoners come running up to them, asking them for help? The Now's Ryan Reyes joins us live from the park in Bartow where all of this happened. Ryan, what did you find out today?
All right, Laura, I'm going to try to walk you through what we know right now. It was 5 prisoners along with a corrections officer. They were on work release here in this park where we are right now, when one of them, that prisoner who escaped, David Ross, got a hold of a knife similar to this one. Investigators say at one point he put it to the throat of the corrections officer and started making demands directed towards the other inmates. He told the other inmates to all go back through this door. There's actually a bathroom behind this door in another room, and he didn't stop there. Look at this. He found a piece of rope similar to this one, started tying it around the doorknob to keep the door from opening, to keep them in there. At that point, the prisoner, along with the corrections officer, who, by the way, at this point is in handcuffs, jump in the city truck and take off. He didn't do a very good job of tying the door because within minutes, the 4 inmates got out quickly, ran over to this area over there outside where we are right now, found a woman eating lunch, and did the right thing. She called for help. Take a listen to this 911 call.
And there was about 4 inmates that came running up to me. They're on work detail, and they said one of the other inmates kidnapped the officer, and they left in the truck. They're pointing which way they went, and I'm driving around the block, and I don't see him anywhere.
By now, you probably know how this story ends. The inmate drove the corrections officer all the way to the St. Pete area. The guard, Jeff Rexroad, was not hurt. According to documents released today, it appears all he wanted was a ride, but we still don't know where or why. Again, these are considered low-level offenders who are on work release for good behavior, but it still has rattled some neighbors.
Considering I'm a mom, I don't like it at all. Yeah, we walk past here all the time, and that scares me a little bit.
Guys, I want to point something out here. Those 4 inmates, think about the tricky situation they were in. Again, low-level offenders. They're near the end of their sentence, so they don't want any trouble. They don't want to do anything wrong that's going to jeopardize their release. So thankfully, they got out of there. They were frantic. They didn't know what to do, but they found someone nearby to call for help. And they are being considered heroes because they did the right thing, too, to stop this from escalating any further. Live in Bartow tonight, Ryan Reyes, the Now Tampa Bay.
Ryan, thank you so much. Well, the man with the name hard to take serious and accused of a crime we can't forget is now officially being charged. West Wild Hogs indicted just a few hours ago for allegedly kidnapping a 4-year-old girl from Lakeland. An Amber Alert went across 5 states for Rebecca Lewis. They were seen on surveillance camera after surveillance cameras caught them in different states. A nurse eventually spotting them in Memphis, Tennessee. Hogs, who was a family friend, was arrested. We watched as Rebecca was reunited with her family.
All right, down to just 19 days now before the election, and come Monday, early voting sites open right here in Florida. And right now, the Democrats, they're all over this state. We've got the president in Miami right now as we speak. Bill Clinton will be in Orlando tomorrow, and over the weekend, Tim Kaine will be in South Florida. Meanwhile, as we come on the air today, a 10th woman is now coming forward accusing Donald Trump of having inappropriate sexual contact with her. Corinna, Virginia, who you see right there on your right, says that she's not considering a lawsuit at this time, but she did have a message for Trump today.
Perhaps you do not remember me or what you did to me so many years ago. But I can assure you that I remember you and what you did to me as though it was yesterday.
Virginia claims that Donald Trump groped her in 1998 at the U.S. Open in New York. She says no one asked her to come forward and that she was afraid of speaking up. Her attorney, who is former Democrat delegate Gloria Allred, says that she wanted to respond to Trump denying other women's allegations.
And by the way, Donald Trump's camp responding today saying, quote, "Give me a break. Voters are tired of these circus-like antics and reject these fictional stories and the clear efforts to benefit Hillary Clinton."
Yeah, meanwhile, Trump has got some new accusations of his own on Twitter at a rally in Delaware, Ohio today, claiming that Hillary Clinton got debate questions before last night's showdown, and he clarified his stance on whether or not he would accept the results of the election if he were to lose.
Of course, I would accept a clear election result, but I would also reserve my right to contest or file a legal challenge in the case of a questionable result.
And this just in, we learned 70 million people watched last night's debate, beating numbers back in 2008 and 2012. And both Trump and Clinton will meet again tonight at an annual dinner in New York. And both will be speaking. Well, now to Wisconsin, where Trump's daughter, Ivanka Trump, is spending the day. This is her second stop of the day. She just finished up a rally there.
And like we mentioned a little earlier, President Barack Obama is making a second stop in Miami. This, in fact, is the crowd waiting for the president there. Earlier, he spent a lot of time talking about affordable health care. The marketplaces right now are struggling with large insurers pulling out, specifically in Florida, and premiums going up. But the White House is still being optimistic, saying enrollment is expected to increase by more than 1 million people, or 9% next year.
For all the good that the Affordable Care Act is doing right now, for as big a step forward as it was, it's still just a first step.
And what happens next with Obamacare will depend on who becomes president. Hillary Clinton wants to keep it, but make some changes to reduce the cost. Donald Trump wants to repeal and replace it.
All right, let's take a look outside of our own backyard. Looks like traffic is moving along just fine. That's over there on Falkenberg Road. Looks nice out there. It is definitely warm, Shay, but you claim that we might be able to break out some boots this weekend?
Oh, yeah. I'm calling for a boot weekend. And I'll show you that, the update on those temperatures coming up in just a bit. But take a look at the temperatures right now. We've made it to 88 again today in Tampa, well above the averages for this time of year. We should be around 83, 84 degrees. And that's about where it is right now in Lakeland, Lake Wales, Brandon at 85, 86 in Brooksville right now, Crystal River at 82. Take a look over here at just how sunny it is outside. This is the Rivergate Tower Tampa camera, and you can see blue skies, just a few fair weather clouds, and that is part of the reason why we're staying so warm. We haven't had those cool fronts rolling through regularly just yet. So if you are headed out to the Bolts game tonight, the puck drops at 7:30 at Amalie Arena. Expect the temperatures to still be near 80 degrees if you're heading out around 7 o'clock. No rain to get in your way as you're coming or going, though. We're looking at a really dry night tonight, and by the time you're headed home, things still looking good, nice and dry, but temperatures down into the low to mid 70s. Now, when are we going to see 70s for highs? I'll tell you more on that coming up, but if you're looking for one last good warm beach day, I'll have that forecast for you coming up.
IRS is filing lawsuit against you.
Stop those annoying robocalls for good. Putting your number on the do not call list doesn't really work. So another company found a solution. You're going to want to hear this as you're watching the Now Tampa Bay.
But before we go, we've got some breaking news to show you out of San Francisco, California. These pictures from just moments ago, a bomb threat in a parking garage near a courthouse. It looks like the bomb robot is right behind that car right now. These are pictures from the scene. We're also being told no one is being allowed inside or to leave the courthouse. Area roads are also closed. Apparently there was a note attached to a car saying there was a bomb inside. We'll continue to follow this developing story throughout the hour, bring you updates as soon as they come in.
The past
If I were you, I would pray I keep my mouth shut.
is coming back to haunt them.
I went too far.
Notorious. All new tonight after Grey's Anatomy on ABC.
It's not uncommon for autistic kids to flap their hands. And so when I saw that, that was completely disqualifying. I'm a Republican, but this election is so much bigger than party. My son Max can't live in Trump world. So I'm crossing party lines and voting for Hillary. I don't always agree with her, but she's reasonable and she's smart. She can work with people to solve problems. I want to be able to tell my kids that I did the right thing when it really mattered.
I'm Hillary Clinton, and I approve this message.
If you're going to say better ingredients, better pizza, you better deliver.
Which is why we offer the Papa John's Quality Guarantee. Love your pizza or get another one absolutely free. Get to know better. Better ingredients, better pizza. Guarantee.
At papajohns.com.
I'm Marco Rubio, and I approved of this message.
Patrick Murphy lied about working as a CPA, lied about being a small business owner, and lied about his college degree. But when Murphy isn't lying, he's even worse. Accused of political money laundering, ranked one of the most ineffective members of Congress. Our economy is hurting. Terrorist threats are rising, and America faces a very uncertain future. Patrick Murphy, just too risky for Florida.
You're driving along, and then it happens. You get hurt in a car accident. After your accident, we work hard to get you results. Let me tell you what I mean by that. We promise to fight the insurance company for all the money you deserve.
Call Rubenstein Law. A client of theirs hurt their neck, and Rubenstein Law got them $200,000. Now that's a lot of money.
I'm attorney Robert Rubenstein. Call me. I want to be your attorney.
If you've been hurt in a car accident, call 1-800-FL-LEGAL.
American Signature Furniture presents How to Binge Watch TV. First, enjoy family time while waiting for your favorite show to drop an entire season online. It's time. Bedtime. There you go. Next, reclaim your place on your ultimate comfort sectional from American Signature Furniture.
I'm crying.
It's the ultimate value, combining the comfort of down with the bounce back of memory foam. It'll look good as new whenever you decide to get up. Perfect. And that's how to buy the perfect piece.
Good morning.
At American Signature Furniture.
Is America safer because of Hillary Clinton? No. Hillary failed. Her Russian reset provoked Putin, led to wars in Europe. Hillary failed. Her bad decisions led to ISIS and horrific terror. Hillary failed. Iran got nuclear access, and North Korea more aggressive. Hillary failed. In Benghazi, Americans died because she did nothing. Hillary failed as Secretary of State, and now the world is unraveling.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
Change has never been more powerful. It's Nissan's Year of the Truck and SUV event, featuring the all-new Armada and Pathfinder, and the all-new Titan and Titan XD, with America's best truck warranty. 5 years, 100,000 miles, bumper to bumper. Take on any job. Get to Nissan now for big savings, like 0% for up to 72 months on 11 models, or save up to $7,000 on the 2016 Titan XD.
All right, something free and new launching today in Tampa.
It's called the Tampa Downtowner. You can go from the Tampa River Walk to the aquarium and places in between. Here's the map. You're about to see it right there where they're serving. All you got to do is download the free app and request a ride starting at 6 o'clock tonight. The best part, the rides are my favorite price. Of free, all thanks to the Tampa Downtown Partnership. Similar services have been launched in 2 other Florida locations, Boca Raton and Delray Beach.
I want to drive one of those things.
Nice.
That's kind of cool. You know those annoying robocalls, right? You put your number on the do not call list, but they keep calling. We found a company today that is stopping those calls for good. The Now's Courtney Garish with what you should know.
Your final notice.
Just keeps calling.
The pre-recorded voice most of us dread. Robocalls are finding ways around the systems put in place to block them.
This call is officially a final notice from IRS.
Threats and scams flooding your phone. It's estimated consumers lose $350 million each year falling for these ripoffs. For Gilles Foucault, it got to be too much. He works out of his home in Waukesha. His landline is his business phone.
We've got a meeting, it looks like it's scheduled for tomorrow.
Robocalls became a constant problem.
I'd be on the phone having a business conversation, and then I'd get, the interruptions consistently, at least 3 to 4 a day.
So Gilles signed up for No Mo Robo for free to block those calls. The technology uses a simultaneous ring feature. If it's a robocall, the phone only rings once on Gilles' end, and then No Mo Robo goes to work.
It lets us see the calls that are coming into your house, and if it's a robocall, we answer it for you and hang up on them.
Aaron Foss created No Mo Robo in response to the Federal Trade Commission's robocall challenge, which he won. Right now, Foss's blacklist database has more than 400,000 phone numbers. These automated blasts hit up to 40,000 phones in the U.S. a day.
So currently, the Do Not Call registry is almost completely ineffective against these illegal mass-dialed robocallers.
Foss testified before a U.S. Senate subcommittee about the problem.
Early indicators show that voter turnout is low,
which includes political robocalls.
It is legal for the politicians to make the calls. It's also legal for the consumers to say, hey, we're going to use No Mo Robo to block it.
Foss says he gets a lot of thank you emails during election season.
And people are reporting to me that they will sometimes get 10 to 15 political robocalls a day that No Mo Robo catches.
Gilles is surprised it took this long for the blocking technology to come out.
Not be worried about having harassment, like I'm trying to get business done.
But he's thankful for the peace and quiet.
Peace and quiet, that's it, right? Well, I've tweeted out a link to No Mo Robo if you're interested. All right, meanwhile, of the millions of people watching the debate last night, they clearly wanted to stay informed, Googling things they apparently didn't quite understand, and Laura has the answers that they were looking for.
Let's go candidate by candidate on this one. When it comes to the #1 Googled question with Donald Trump, was he really for the Iraq War?
Google Donald Trump Iraq, and you will see the dozens of sources which verify that he was for the invasion of Iraq.
Wrong. Well, our partners over at PolitiFact finding Trump, in fact, said he supported troops going into Iraq during a 2002 interview with Howard Stern. Question number 2. What did Justice Ginsburg really say about Donald Trump?
She was forced to apologize, and apologize she did. But these were statements that should never, ever have been made.
She, in fact, called him a faker in a CNN interview, saying he has no consistency about him. And what does big league mean?
We're going to speed up the process, big league.
Trump has said the word on several occasions, but there's a chance he could be saying big league. Either way, big league is in fact a real word. Dictionary.com tweeting out the meaning during the debate. Bigly is basically the adverb of the word big, or huge, if you will. And the #4 Googled question about Donald Trump, did he really call Hillary Clinton a nasty woman?
My Social Security payroll contribution will go up, as will Donald's, assuming he can't figure out how to get out of it. But what we want to do is to replenish the Social Security Trust Fund.
Yes. Yes, he did. Now the big questions that were Googled about Hillary Clinton. First and foremost, #1, what does Roe v. Wade mean? It's a woman's right to choose when it comes to abortion law, from the 1973 landmark decision by the Supreme Court. And Clinton's stance on it?
The government has no business in the decisions that women make with their families in accordance with their faith, with medical advice.
And a lot of conversation last night about the Clinton Foundation. So what really happened with that?
It's a criminal enterprise, and so many people know it.
There have been allegations of pay-to-play of sorts with the nonprofit, but Clinton claims it's an organization that has done nothing but help the less fortunate, including helping some 11 million people with HIV/AIDS treatment. This next one might be shocking, but I can't make it up. What did Clinton delete again? Emails, people. Emails that were eventually recovered by the FBI. A few months ago, the FBI saying they couldn't find any evidence to criminally charge Clinton. And all this conversation about tax returns, many of you asking, well, where can I find Hillary Clinton's tax returns? I'll show you. She put them all up on her website, HillaryClinton.com.
All right, we're going to talk about something completely non-political, the weather. And I hear people are going to agree on the weather this weekend.
You know, I hope so. I hope so. You know, there's always somebody out there who doesn't like a cool down. And I'll tell you the truth, I love it warm. But I'm kind of looking forward to this weekend's weather as well. The Mainsail Beach Inn on Anna Maria Island, plenty of sunshine out there right now. And boy, we've had another warm day, making it to the upper 80s across Tampa Bay again. Now, you can see no rain in sight, so we've had a few showers trying to work their way through Highlands County and into DeSoto County, not doing a very good job of holding together. But the bottom line is that we are going to continue on this drier trend. You can see through 8 o'clock tonight, it's unlikely you're going to encounter any rain out there, and the same deal through midnight. So tomorrow morning when we wake up, you may see a few extra clouds because the front is on its way. Now, you're not likely to wake up to any rainfall, but by midday, you might see a brief passing shower, and these will be coming from north to south because there is the front off to our north in the bend of Florida right about 4 o'clock. So the cooler air will start moving in tomorrow afternoon, and along with it, drier air, and we're going to see a beautiful weekend ahead. So if you're much cooler weekend too. So if you are planning on heading out to Clearwater Beach, tomorrow is going to be your warmest day for a little while. Water temperature is still at 80 degrees, so a gorgeous day to head out to our beaches. Mostly sunny skies, still warm, and maybe a brief shower passes through around noon or 1 o'clock. But other than that, you're looking at a dry day.